What's going on, beautiful people? Here, let me fix this. Yeah, thank you guys for playing that play button, for hitting that play button. Clearly, I might be of some interest to you, you know, so more grateful I could not be. Thank you. In this video, what I want to talk about is how to fall asleep quickly and how to have good sleep. How to fall asleep quickly, right? Because a lot of people need sleeping pills to fall asleep. A lot of people need to smoke weed to fall asleep. A lot of people need an external something just to make them feel or fall asleep, when falling asleep is like the most natural thing and should be the most effortless thing a human being is capable of. I mean, just look at babies, right? They just fucking fall asleep. Babies can teach you a lot about your own nature. Babies cry easily, laugh easily, and sleep easily. And those are the three things we humans should always easily be able to do. Is sleep, fall asleep easily, laugh easily, and cry easily. Anyway. Yeah, what I want to talk about is how to fall asleep faster. The major problem of people not falling asleep, and this is of course after, for me, years of suffering with, you know, having to be in bed for 2 hours before I go to bed. You know, years it was like that. I would have to get to bed much earlier and try to, you know, make myself fall asleep. And the root cause of the problem here is that people are not in the present moment. They're not able to surrender. They're not able to let go. So, you know, you would be thinking about tomorrow, you'd be thinking about the future, or you'd be thinking about what you've done today, or you know, the shitty thing somebody said to you, or the shitty thing you said to someone. So you'd be thinking about like what was happening today, what's gonna happen tomorrow, or you're thinking about like gloom and doom scenarios, like, oh my god, you know, I'm not gonna get a job, man. I'm not gonna get a job, you know, like, I'm never gonna find a better girlfriend, you know, like, I'm not gonna find anyone, you know. You're basically playing these gloom and doom scenarios in your head, right? Oh, I've had lots of those. Lots of those, playing gloom and doom scenarios about the future, and not being able to sleep because of it, and gloom and doom scenarios about the past, and how I was a monster, and how I am worthless, and you know, all of that, right? So it really comes down to two things. It comes down to not being in the present moment. Oh, it's getting windy and cold, but I gotta be in the present moment, right? So what it really comes down is you're not present and you're not surrendering. You're not surrendering. You're living in the future, or you're living in the past. Now what you gotta be able to recognize, it's called falling asleep for a reason, because you fall into it, you let go into it, you surrender into it. You see? So first thing first, what I would do, stuck practically here, I would meditate before I go to bed. I would take the last hour before I go to bed and meditate. And this is what I started doing to combat the problem of not being able to fall asleep quickly, and overthinking, and blah 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 blah, and not being present and not surrendering. I started meditating before I go to bed. So 1 hour I would just shut everything down, and I would put on some binaural beats and meditate, get in a meditative state. And what started happening, and what was really helping me tremendously, is I would be like laying on my bed and meditating, and I would actually fall asleep, like, because I get in such a meditative state. And then I would just take off my binaural beats. Maybe if I need to go get a drink of water, go get a drink of water, and then go and sleep right away. Because you know, I've meditated, I've calmed my body down, I've calmed everything, I've calmed all the activity down, and I'm able to sleep. So I think just an hour before you go to bed, start meditating. And an hour before you go to bed, shut off everything. Shut off all lights. Very important. Shut off all lights, because that's another thing that keeps us up, is those artificial lights, which I think is one of the worst things in modern humanity, in modern culture, in modern civilization. One of the worst things is artificial lights. The lights at night. We're not meant for that, man. We should be we should be able to see stars. We should be able to see and we should be able to see the moon and the stars, and we should be able to have that connection to the light and the darkness, right? The cycle. So it's one of the worst things. So shut off all lights. If you're in your room, shut off all lights, all social media, shut off your computer. Maybe just use your iPad or phone if you want, if you're using binaural beats like I do. But shut down everything. Okay, shut it off an hour before you go to bed. So we talk about meditating before you go to bed, shutting down everything and all the lights and all of that. You want to calm yourself. You want to calm your nervous system. You want to calm your mind. You want to calm the adrenaline, the stress response, the hormones in your body. You want to calm them all down. Meditation is the best thing. One good thing that works well also before going to bed is a warm shower. I know some of you guys are looking like, what the fuck? Warm shower? What the fuck? I thought you were all about cold showers, bro. But a warm shower is nice before you go to bed. It really relaxes you. It really does. It really does. So a warm, nice, hot bath or shower before you go to bed relaxes your nervous system as well. So it's a good idea also to do it before, you know, an hour and a half before you go to bed, you know. But have like a ritual. Like I would unwind last 2 hours before you go to bed, and that's what I do now, right? I fall asleep like a baby now, and I get good sleep every night. I get good sleep, really good sleep. But again, this is after years of suffering with this, of not being able to sleep, waking up in the middle of the night, not being able to go to bed. Years of suffering with it. I think a lot of you guys are, and I think a lot of people are. That's why sleeping pills are so common. Yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, what I was saying is 2 hours before you go to bed, unwind. Take it easy. Just forget the day behind you. Forget the day ahead of you. Just forget it. I like to watch some comedy too before I go to bed. I just like to relax. Whatever you can do to relax before you go to bed. 2 hours. If your bedtime is at 10, 8 o'clock, you shut down everything. Don't do nothing. Watch some comedy. Watch something nice. Not stimulating. Don't watch something stimulating at night. Don't fucking watch Game of Thrones at night. That's the worst. Ugh. Man, when I watch Game of Thrones and before going to bed, and like, you know, when the seasons were coming out and I was watching them, I fucking couldn't sleep. Like after the Red Wedding, I couldn't fucking sleep. I couldn't sleep. It was terrifying. It was terrifying. I couldn't sleep, man. So don't watch something stimulating, right? Something nice, some comedy, some stuff like that just gets you to relax and laugh and take it easy. And then just relax yourself. Don't think too much about the future. Don't think about the past. Don't think about any of that shit. You want to surrender. Let go. Let go. Your ability to sleep and fall asleep speaks volumes about your ability to surrender and let go, which is absolutely key if you want to have a happy life. If you want to surrender to this force, this connective, loving force, you got to surrender to it, right? And speaking of surrender, you know, in psychedelics, all psychedelic bad trips, right? Bad LSD trip, bad mushroom trip. It's because people don't surrender to it. They don't just let it do what the fuck it wants to do with you. And I have to give credit to psychedelics. Ever since I started taking them, my ability to surrender has been a lot better, and so my ability to sleep by default has been a lot better. Just surrender to the moment, surrender to the thing, surrender to the situation. If you're right now, your situation happens to be you're broke as fuck and your girlfriend just dumped you and you feel like a worthless piece of shit, and that's an overstatement because you feel even worse than that. You feel like literally the worst type of shit there is. It's okay, surrender to the situation. It is what it is. Surrender to it. Go to bed. Just surrender to it. Okay? Things will get better. This too shall pass. But just surrender. Learn how to surrender. Meditation, all of these things, right? And you'll be fine. You'll be able to fall asleep better. So work on it. It's a process. It took me years and years and years before I'm happily right now able to say, well, when it's 9 o'clock, it's 9 o'clock, bro, and everything's shutting off and I'm putting my head on that pillow, and within 5 minutes at the most, I'm in La La Land. I'm in the astral realm. But years, honestly, it took me years. So just be gentle with yourself, okay? It takes process. This process of surrendering, letting go, takes time. Being present, work on it. God bless you all. Check out my free book, 5 Powerful Habits to Dominate Life in All Areas. Other than that, I love you guys, love every single one of you, but don't forget to subscribe or you're gonna surrender and sleep with the fishes.